that have failed this marriage and that project will fail. So we first of all buy for us immunity. Anybody who's going to be part of it, we should have immunity. We cannot go into a battlefield without being armed of immunity. This is a political battlefield. It is a Paris coup, if I may term it. I cannot involve myself. First, I know I'm not protected. For you already protected, biologically. I'm not projected the same way. So that is the first thing we should address. Before we get our that, we should first of all know how are we going to discuss the project. Then secondly, how are we going to be armed of immunity? Or how are we going to be armed with immunity so that if anything goes by that, we are able to bail ourselves out. Who's going to stand there apart from denying their involvement? Look at the principle of this project. Can she really come out and say, yes, I'm part of it, or she would simply deny that these people are using me? So at the end of the day, you might not be punished because you are a member of the first family. I'm just a loser there. Being with you does not bring me anywhere closer to the first family. Not at all. And it is very simple. If they realize that I'm part of it, they will simply hand me over to Muhoozi. He's my friend, and they will grill me. And the threats alone will make me confess. Because you know, in power you don't have a permanent friend. In the politics you don't have a permanent friend. You don't have a permanent enemy. Because your enemy can be used to win the next enemy. You can become your friend by becoming an enemy of your enemy. So that is as simple as that. So I don't want to involve myself in that until I'm certainly sure that I'm not going to be a loser in this project. So that is what I'm talking about. So my brother, don't take me wrongly that I've simply rejected or I've simply turned you down. It is a very good project. It's a very big project. But at the end of the day, who's going to suffer the consequences in the case things don't go well? What kind of insurance and assurance do I have? That is what we need to address first. Discuss the project, then provide us with immunity, then thirdly, give us alternative, the exit strategy to the project, the preemptive way to avoid the trouble in the case the project went wrong. In the case you chose to dump the project after taking some steps forward, how are we going to destroy the evidences? How are we going to rub all the hallmarks off the ground where you have walked? How are we going to unmark our footprints? So that is what I'm talking about. The first thing in all of such is survivability. It is not some kind of treason that we are going to undermine the leadership of His Excellency. It is not that we are going to undermine the leadership of anybody. But we are talking of a project that we are going to base within NRM to deflect some members who might become a stumbling block in the transition process of a new leader within NRM, who might end up dividing the party because they think Uganda is indebted to them. That is the whole project that we are looking at. I told you people like Aindo Tafire, they think they have to be in this cabinet as long as they are alive. And yet none of them respects Muhoozi. None of them respects me. None of them respects the First Lady. And in that auspice, we are looking at how we can create a new wave that can displace such people. And we have people who are pro-Mosei, who are pro-Mama, and they can sit on the same desk, on the same row. You should not ever come back to Parliament. Those are the things we're looking at. So, and that is what I'm talking about. I hope this time you understand me better. Well, if that is the case really, then it is okay. It is okay. If that is what you intend to do, that is very fine. It is everywhere on earth. Such a political strategy is very okay. But my fear was that we are going to promote something that would host Museveni and then we go and face off. No, I thought it was a Paris school. That one I would not support it. But if it is something else, then it is very okay. It is very okay. If we can host some members who are not for us, then that is very fine. No, another thing I want to also talk about is there is also sort of people who are so much from Muhoozi. Some of them should also be disorganized a bit. But also, I'm from Muhoozi also. He's also my friend. What exactly would you mean? You're also going to host me? No, that is not what I meant. For you, a very good journalist, and you are very technical, a very good project manager. But now the people I'm looking at are those who are coercively holding power in the military and in intelligence. Those are the people we need to sabotage a bit. You disorganize them so you can loosen the connection between the two. That is what I'm trying to talk about. Those are the things we need to look at, such that at the end of the day, we can have a fair play in the future without being suppressed because somebody is in the military. And there are certain people we don't need to deal with. No matter the outcome of the results, of course, the direction results, we are certainly going to remain in power at whatever cost. That one is widely known. But the main thing here is whom are we going to stay with? Because the next time is all about the transition. It is all about the preparation for transition. So we have to be very careful and very calculative who the opinion leaders are. We have members of the old. We have our favorite people like General Tumwine. Those ones can be very decisive. Those ones can give us an opinion which is propelling us rather than against us. People like Ahindo Tafiri will not do anything to our importance. They'll always be defective because he doesn't like us. He doesn't like General Muhoozi. He's even more likely that he can come and at the end of the day, he twists his tongue. He twists his thought the way Kasiri Kwanga was. All of a sudden he comes out and belches that, you see, we have to support the new generation. You remember how we used to say that I cannot salute Muhoozi. We have been here, we went and fought. He's just a child. He cannot come and then we salute this child. The likes of General Sejusa, they could all align together. Now we need to look at people like Kuraiche. We need to look at people like Mugira. Baz all are playing Bobby Wine's music and they are around us here. So in the case we plant the seed of violence, we are going to reap violence. And we are going to reap it in about 10 folds. They are going to raid our homes. We don't have enough military. And even then, the security we have, how have we treated them? We should always think about these things. Are they the kind of people who are going to bear with us when the people uprise? Are they the people who are going to defend us? Are they willing to lay their lives for us? What have we done for them? Haven't they starved because we assume they're on the payroll, government is paying them, so and that is their job. Have we thought about when we are throwing food in the dustbin, that these people too are human beings? All we do is to send them kawunga, we send them beans ourselves. Forget about the arrogance that we always preach and the pride we always have. No, but let us examine exactly what is on the ground. We are becoming extremely unpopular. His Excellency is becoming extremely unpopular. It is a shame that after 35 years in power, you still have to campaign to tell the people what you have done for them.